3, 2, 1, go! We're off, Jeff, with interesting placement, but it should be nothing to worry about at this stage.
Yeah, at this stage.
Harry Hong already set up for a Tetris. Koryan as well. Jonas now ready. Boom! First Tetris goes to Koryan. Tetris for Jonas.
And an answer
Harry
back.
ready. Boom! Tetris for Harry. Jeff ready for a long bar.
And
there it is. Boom! Tetris for Jeff. All
Very
four players
strong.
in great, strong. We're off to a great start here. All players neck and neck.
And nerves aren't a factor from the newbies in the final.
Boom! Tetris for Koryan. Already starting to get a lead, but nope. Jonas gets it back. So now we're neck and neck.
Exactly.
Harry doing a little bit of burning. Slight misplacement from Jeff, still haunting him. So he's like, his playfield's one off from being ideal. And long piece.
He's still
Boom,
able
Tetris
to,
for Jeff.
Still able to hit
Is
some
he going to
Tetris
burn
back.
it back down, or is he going to build on top of it? We'll see. Harry is ready for a long bar. And there it is. Boom, Tetris for Harry.
Notice Koryan over there is playing a little differently than he was in the last round as well.
Yeah, Koryan now having to do some burning. Jonas with a clean playfield instead. Jonas now commanding a lead. Interesting. I wonder why Koryan and Jonas sort of have their roles reversed right now with Koryan having to do the burning.
Yes, exactly.
Jeff commanding a slight lead now. Still opting to play one block off of the bottom there. And he's not burning it off. He's building on top. Oh, there he burns it. Okay, now he's back down to the bottom.
Koryan's back now.
Koryan, boom. Okay, so Koryan's going to start building again.
Yeah.
Let's see if he can keep up that max out pace that we saw in the other games. Boom, Tetris for Koryan.
Koryan's playing a little more
Jonas
animated than we're used
maintaining
to.
his lead, though. Jonas now having to do some burning. This is a chance for Koryan to catch up. Jeff now in great position. Jeff finally has a super clean play field, waiting for the long piece. And there it is. Boom, Tetris for Jeff. Now commanding a 50,000 point lead. Harry firing back with a Tetris.
Yeah.
But he's got some building up to do. Jeff with a slower pace, so he's a little bit more ahead than his score indicates. Boom, Tetris for Jeff. 50,000 point deficit now. Harry having to do some burning. Koryan and Jonas's playfield looking okay. Jonas is going to burn some off and get his well back into position rather than building a Tetris in the middle.
Yeah.
And Jonas is back in good shape. Koryan building his wall. He's ready for a Tetris. Jonas having a slight lead, but Koryan is ready for a Tetris to take it back. Waiting for that long bar drought, being at 14, 15, 16 now. Boom, Tetris for Koryan. It finally gave it to him. Now he's ready for another one.
It was interesting to watch Jeff's mentality at the top. He was waiting for a certain L piece, and then he didn't get the drop. And
Yeah, Jeff has to do some massive burning
Yeah.
right now. He's ahead by a little, but the placement there, his setup is really, oh no.
Oh, no.
He's covered it up. He might be able to burn it off if he gets the right setup.
Good scoot.
He's going to need something to stick in the left side.
He's just not
And it
getting
didn't give it to him. It
pieces.
did not give him the line. I don't think he's going to be able to survive this, folks.
Nope.
And with a very small lead, Jeff tops out. It should be no problem for Harry to take that back in a few moments. Koryan, boom, Tetris,
Boom.
now commanding a lead. Boom, Tetris for Jonas. Neck and neck, Koryan and Jonas. But
Two
Harry
Tetris in
only
a
needs
row.
just another Tetris. Boom, Tetris for Harry. Couple drops, maybe a single ought to do it. And there we have the first round decided between Harry and Jeff. Harry taking the first round.
Yeah.
And we continue with Jonas versus Koryan round one.
Koryan's a couple Tetrises ahead right now, and he's playing very consistent again.
Right, Koryan is he's got his mean streak back, and we're going to see some max out pacing going.
Yeah.
Extremely high proportion of Tetrises for Koryan, and consistently. That's something I've never seen before. Jonas
And
is
against
consistent
Jonas right now.
Right, against Jonas. We're going to see if Jonas's slightly less aggressive play style, but more consistent play can withstand Koryan's max out pace.
Yeah. But as we noticed with Trey last round, he actually did kind of, bring it back after Koryan did have that one fault. So we'll see how it works with his playstyle. He might be to Koryan's deficit.
Right. Koryan isn't quite having the same kind of proportion that he was having versus Trey. We're not sure if that's just a stylistic thing or a strategy. Maybe he was trying to play a little less aggressively against Jonas just to see if he needed to push it that far. But now he's in really great shape.
Excellent shape, yeah.
A long bar drought.
We're getting 20 away now from the 19.
Okay, he's got it. Boom, Tetris for Koryan. All right, we're starting to see
Really
the
close.
deficit starting to increase. We're almost
Yeah.
up to 70,000 points. Jonas having to do some burning. His playfield is not in the prettiest of shape.
And boom.
Boom, Tetris for Koryan. almost 100,000 points. We're seeing that
Such a consistent play of Tetris from
super
Koryan.
aggressive Koryan, clean, aggressive play. The likes that we've not seen before. Jonas is usually consistent, and Harry is fast, but now we're seeing a competitor that is aggressive and consistent.
I think it has to do with the tapping that you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
It's just a
Now,
different
up on
style.
top, Jeff versus Harry. Both players are neck and neck.
Yeah.
And they're
Transition.
Harry
level
had taken the
19 by
first
Koryan.
round. Right. Koryan has just transitioned. So Harry has one round up now, and they've started again. They're neck and neck.
Yeah.
Both dealing with a long bar drought. Harry got out of the long bar drought. Jeff waiting for it. We know it'll come fairly soon. Koryan, after transitioning, now he's trying to build his well back up.
All right, looks like he's in good placement again if he gets the right pieces. Yeah.
Boom, Tetris for Harry.
Boom, Tetris for Koryan.
And Jonas has transitioned.
Yep.
Koryan has a
That's a bad placement
something
there.
he needs. He needs a couple of long bars in order to survive.
He's gonna have
He
to
has an
dig
okay
himself
lead,
out.
but it's not. Oh, it gave it to him, but it wasn't enough. And now Jonas can just ride this out with a couple
Jonas
of Tetrises.
has a chance. Bring it back.
So all he needs is a couple of Tetrises for Jonas to take this round.
Yeah.
Koryan had a great lead, but his playfield just wasn't in good enough shape to survive the drought like that.
And now that, as you mentioned, the consistency of
Harry is
Jonas.
in trouble.
Harry is in trouble now.
Harry needs to clean it up before.
You have to burn a lot of pieces to get back down.
Yeah. Ooh, that
Oh.
was key. If he gives him the long piece, he might be able to survive that, but it's not giving it to him.
Not giving. Bad timing.
Okay. Single. Oh, it's not enough.
Not enough.
Oh, tough. All right, Jeff takes one round, so now we're 1-1 with Jeff versus Harry.
And Jonas is coming back.
Right, we don't see Harry very close to being eliminated, but now he's both of these guys, Jeff and Harry, have to win one in order to advance.
Yeah.
And Jonas has one more Tetris
One
to
more Tetris. His consistent play is gonna prove a vital factor here.
just along. There it is. Boom, Tetris for Jonas, and now round one is officially
you can see
taken.
the sigh of relief right there out of Jonas. Excellent play.
Okay.
Consistency is key, Chris. Consistency is key.
All right, Koryan had a good pace, but all right, we're starting Harry versus Jeff. It started,
Yeah.
and I guess we're going to start Koryan versus Jonas in just a moment.
All right. This is the rubber match between Jeff and Harry. Jeff does like to build up the long bars on the left side.
You're right. Jeff will do a less than ideal piece placement and then deal with it later.
Yeah.
That sometimes works. Like you can tuck like you did just there with the T over there.
Yeah.
But sometimes you become too dependent on what pieces come. And that's a little risky.
And that was the deficit before when he was waiting for that L piece that never showed up. Absolutely.
Right. When you're waiting too long for a single piece, then yeah, the risk goes up and you become dependent and bad things can happen.
Yeah.
So early on, Koryan's playfield, not as pretty as we were seeing versus Trey. So I'm not sure what's going on, but maybe a curse of nerves, but hopefully Koryan can get his pace back if he wants to stay in it versus Jonas.
Yeah.
He has to win in order to survive.
Absolutely.
And same story for both Jeff and Harry. So whoever wins the Jeff versus Harry on this round will determine who's in our top two for that round.
Goes into the
Whereas
finals.
Koryan has to win, and if Jonas just wins one, then we'll have one of our top two from that match as well.
Absolutely.
Both Koryan and Jonas are neck and neck. Both
they
have
both
good
have
play
nice
fields.
play
Yep,
fields,
nice play
yeah.
fields. Harry taking a early lead. Boom, Tetris for Harry.
And
Boom,
it's
for Jeff as well.
It's interesting to see Koryan's. He's getting interesting pieces, but he's still able to burn them off. Like his play is definitely different than you're seeing from the other players.
Koryan is waiting for that long piece, and it didn't come.
Didn't come.
He's in a bad position right now. He's being
He was in a
dependent on long pieces.
39-bar
Okay, he
long
opened
bar
it up.
drought. Like-
It did eventually give him what he needed, and
Wow.
he burns it out triple. When you burn down with a triple like that, you can tell that you're trying to play more safely because you could get a Tetris, but at that point where it's starting to give you bad pieces, if you take too many gambles, it's over.
I mean, what's your typical long bar drought that you would see somebody coming out from? He had a 39, and he has now a 15. Like it's
Yeah,
just,
this is a rough pattern here.
oh,
And Koryan's playfield, not as pretty.
Yeah.
Jonas, not with a great playfield either, but his lead is very slight.
yeah. Now he
Boom,
has to
Tetris for
burn a
Jonas.
few, too.
He opted to build on top and managed to get a Tetris off of that. Harry's lead 2 Tetrises now. Jeff's playfield's looking a lot better now, though. He's able to burn some stuff off.
Another long bar drought.
Boom,
wow.
Tetris for Koryan.
It's just an interesting aspect. Now we have the long bar drought up there for Jeff.
Right. So we'll see what happens. Koryan's got his playfield back. We have not seen the max out pace consistency of Koryan versus Trey. So
no.
That's, I think, something that we wanted to see what would have happened with that versus Jonas. And he'll have to survive this if we want to have a chance of seeing that. Okay, so Jeff.
His playstyle is drastically different right now than it was in the other matches, Koryan's. Absolutely.
Harry having to do some burning. He has a center well. He's going to have to center well Tetris there.
Yeah.
Boom, Tetris for Harry. He's going to build it back down. He's going to keep the well there. Koryan now having to tuck.
And
slight long arrow. Boom. Okay, Koryan's slightly reducing the deficit, but Jonas being ahead right now.
When Jonas gets ahead because of his consistency, it's tough to come back.
Jeff's playfield's in great shape. He hits a Tetris and now moves into the lead.
Yeah. It's a very neck-and-neck match between Jeff and Harry.
Yeah, Jeff and Harry's a very close match right now. But Jeff is building up a tall structure in the middle. That's not what you want to do.
No.
You have a split well situation. You become way too reliant on long bars. He's going to need better pieces to get out of this, and his scoring is going to go down as a result if he survives. Oh, he covered up his hole just when he needed it.
Ooh.
This doesn't look good for Jeff. He's going to need to clear efficiently to survive. Okay, that's good. Long bar. He gave him what he needed. He got out. So we can keep going. And because of that, Harry's pulled in the lead again. Triple with Jeff. All right,
Jeff has cleaned it up. Excellent.
Jeff focusing on the clean. Gets it back down. That was a bad situation. He got out of it. So Jeff is proving his power, being able to get out of that.
Really good play right there.
Harry with the long bar drought.
Koron's looking for, all right, he got the piece he needed. Yeah, got the piece he needed.
Harry Tetrising, widening his lead. Jonas now has a very commanding lead, 100,000 points.
Yeah. It's like the opposite of the Trey
Boom,
matches,
Tetris for Koryan. Koryan's going to have to work to get back his position because
we're getting close to 30.
They're neck and neck in pace. I mean, Koryan's pace is a little bit faster than Jonas, and he's behind. Boom, Tetris for Koryan.
Yeah.
Like I said, this pace in terms of scoring proportion is not the same that we saw when he was during his matches versus Trey, and I don't know what happened. I mean, in all 3 of those matches, Koryan was doing consistently and with that sort of high Tetris proportion.
Yeah, as we mentioned at the beginning, the nerves will set in as they start to play more and more, so we may be seeing that from Koryan since this is his first major finals as he gets a Tetris, though.
Right.
And
he covered it up.
His play
That's
style.
not a good... Okay, he cleaned it off.
He opened it up.
He opened it up, okay.
Yeah.
But we're about to transition. He's 1 line away from the transition, so he's going to hit level 19 with the next line clear. He's going to go for a Tetris to do it. Boom, Tetris for Koryan, transitioning to level 19. Nice. All right, let's go. Let's see how this plays out.
Yeah.
Koryan has to win in order to stay in it, and now he's at level 19, so we're, one way or another, the end is near. Jonas's lead, almost 100,000 points, and Jonas is in excellent shape. He's going to hit another Tetris again soon. Harry, okay, boom.
Transitioned.
Transition, Jonas is on. Jonas.
Boom, Tetris. But he has to do some cleaning now.
Right. Jonas still playing aggressively. I've actually seen more aggressive play out of Jonas now. Maybe he's going against Koryan. He knows he has to get his lead early on, and that's the safety of getting a lead early on. Is the other players is forced to deal with that. Now Jeff versus Harry is also still neck and neck, and they both transition. They're up to level 21 and 23 respectively. Harry with his faster piece drop pace. Harry having to do a lot of burning.
Yeah. It just shows
not
you
ideal.
How
Jeff's
dangerous
in
of
the
a player
better spot right now.
Yeah. It just shows you how dangerous of a player Jonas is when he plays more aggressively when he needs to at the beginning, just to make that deficit, put the pressure on Koryan.
Right. Jeff and Harry are still neck and neck. This is going to be an exciting finish, guys.
Oh,
Keep your eye on Jeff and Harry right now because they are neck and neck. Jeff taking a lead. Harry back and forth. Check this out, guys. They are on level 25 and 23 respectively. This might both end with a kill screen. Let's see how it plays out. Both their playfields are in great shape. Harry waiting for some better. Boom! Tetris for Jeff. Jeff taking the lead.
Wow.
All right, Harry's building it back up. Jeff in great shape, ready for another Tetris.
Another
He's playing
Tetris,
super aggressively.
yeah.
No easy way out here for Jeff. He's going to go for a Tetris. Triple.
And
Boom!
Tetris.
Tetris for Jeff.
Yeah.
Commanding lead now, 1 Tetris ahead. Harry's playfield's okay, but he's not in a position to Tetris.
Jonas takes out Koryan.
And Jonas wins the match versus Koryan.
It's here for Koryan.
Koryan's debut, extremely strong, top 4 finish for Koryan. Let's hear it,
All
guys.
right, make sure you're still watching the top
Right.
here because this is
Jeff
becoming a
versus
very
Harry.
competitive match.
Jeff still maintaining his lead against Harry. Harry needs to do some cleaning up, but Jeff's playfield has also taken a turn for the cleanup.
Yeah, we're seeing a very similar play style right now, even at this high of a level.
Right.
All right, so we're going to see them as they clean up how they can maintain.
Harry is ready for kill screen.
Right now
Harry,
we have...
Jeff's ahead by 1 Tetris, but Harry's about the kill screen. So Harry's hit the kill screen. He's not able to line. Harry has been eliminated. And
Harry
Jeff
has been eliminated.
has made the top 2.
All right, everybody, let's hear it for Harry Hong. Give it up.
Harry with another top 4 finish. And Jeff in his debut makes the top 2. Will be facing Jonas Neubauer in the grand finals. We're going to be taking a 5-minute break.
5-minute break, everyone.